Hi guys, and welcome to the Ace Tanker for the Stug IV, yes, the reward tank, the Tier 5 German TD reward tank. This was a game that was played live on stream, so as per usual, I apologize to those who may have seen this game before, but it's also my very first game in the Stug IV. I unlocked it off stream, saved it for a special occasion, decided to play it for the first time on stream, and it was an Ace Tanker. But that was probably down to the fact that not as many people were playing the Stug IV due to not as many people owning it, rather than particularly good gameplay. We are here on Prokhorovka, and it's a Tier 5 game. It's a very nice matchup for the Stug IV. What can I say about the Stug IV before we begin? It's basically very similar to the Stug III. It's got a similar armor profile. It's slightly worse armor in some ways on areas of the front of the tank. It does have side skirting, so basically this is spaced armor. Not a lot of spaced armor, but it does help you from HE splash damage a little bit. It's a little bit less maneuverable than the Stug III. It accelerates worse, it traverses a little bit worse, but not by much. It's a slightly worse version than the Stug III. The gun isn't as good, in my opinion, as the gun on the Stug III as well. You can see that it doesn't have as much penetration as the Stug III has. It has 110mm of penetration, 110 alpha damage, so it's actually the same 75mm a lot of Tier 5 German medium tanks get, but it's on a TD. So the gun is okay, but it's definitely not as good as the gun on the Stug III in my opinion. As you can see, I'm playing my very first game in this tank, and I've forgotten to put consumables on the tank. I've forgotten to put sort out the ammo loadout, so this is a completely fresh tank, and I've even forgotten to switch on automatic repairs and automatic resupply. I just went straight into this game, first game in the Stug. Here we go. So the gun is okay, the tank is okay. As I say, it's not as good in my opinion as the Stug III. But one thing that the Stug IV does get is special matchmaking. So it's not that much worse than the Stug III, but it gets better matchmaking. So that kind of makes this tank a lot more competitive in my opinion. The other thing this tank gets is a lot of ammo, whereas the Stug III, one of the problems, if I remember playing the Stug III, it's been a long time since I played it, one of the problems I used to have on the Stug was running out of ammo, and you don't really have that issue in the Stug IV. But as I say, this is not really an exciting game. It's my first ever game in the tank, and in fact, at the time of making this video, it's the only game I've ever played in the Stug IV. But it's just a typical TD game. I go up to the top of the hill and I do some sniping with this 110mm of penetration. And while playing this game, I hadn't even realized I hadn't put any premium ammo on the tank, but we're just testing it out. First game ever. Now, this is part of my 1.5k subscriber giveaway. I finished with all the Steam keys, and I'm going to be giving out a Tier 8 premium. Well, I'm going to give out a premium tank. It doesn't have to be a Tier 8. If you happen to own all the other Tier 8s, you can pick a premium tank from another tier. But this is part of the 1.5k subscriber giveaway. And this is the video I'm doing for the premium tank. And I did a lot of soul searching, I did a lot of thinking about what would be the best way to give out a premium tank, and I went through all the usual. I was thinking maybe I do a replay competition, maybe I do a screenshot competition, maybe I do a crazy shot competition, maybe I do a snapshot moment, you know, a great ram, a great dive from a bridge on top of the enemy tank. But I decided against all of those ways of giving out the tank because I just received too many replays at the moment, and it's going to take me forever to get through replays, and if I ask you guys for more replays, it's just going to backlog me even further. So basically, I decided to keep it very simple. So this is going to work along exactly the same lines as the Steam key giveaways. I'm going to ask you guys a question, but it's going to be a special question. And while I'm going to work here just sniping, you can see that the camo rating on the tank is actually okay. Don't think I've been spotted. I have no idea what sort of crew I have in this tank. I don't think I'm using a very good crew in it. but we can tear a T14 apart. Yeah, the question for today is, I do Is It Worth It reviews, and I'm going to be giving away a premium tank. So what I would like you to do in the comments to this video is I would like you to comment on what tank I should do an Is It Worth It review for next. Now, I am working on another Is It Worth It review, but whatever tank gets the most votes, if I haven't reviewed it yet and I have it in my garage, I'll review it after the next review. So even if it's out of order, I know I'm doing the mid-tier Is It Worth It at the moment, but even if it's a tier 8 premium tank and that's the one that gets the most votes, I will do a tier 8 premium review. So I want you in the chat, or in the comments, just to name what premium tank you would next like to see a review on. The one premium tank that gets the most votes is the one I'm going to review next, as soon as I'm finished the one I'm currently working on. And also, anyone who leaves a comment talking about what premium tank they'd like to see reviewed next is going to be in with a chance of winning a premium tank of your choice, anything from tier 2 up to tier 8. Now, it's going to cause me some problems because I only have accounts on the NA and EU server at the moment. But if you're on another server, I'll work something out. So if the winner turns out to be from another server, it's going to cause me a few problems, but I'll figure something out, whether or not it's sending money, whether or not it's having to maybe contact Wargaming, maybe see if they can help me out, but we'll figure something out if you're on another server and you win. It just might take a little bit longer for the prize to get to you. So there you go, that's the question for today. What tank, what premium tank would you next like to see reviewed in Is It Worth It? As well as naming the tank and maybe why, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to give me your name, I'd like to get your in-game name, and I'd also like to get your in-game, or your server. So please let me know what your World of Tanks name is and what server you play on. That's very, very important. Now here on stream, as I say, I'm playing this game live. I said, you know what, I'm bored, let's just test the armor. And I charged down the hill, and as you can see, Stug 3G, no problems taking me out. A couple of Stug 3Gs on the enemy team. Thankfully it didn't affect us too much, our team went on to win the game, but almost 1800 damage sniping from the top of the hill in the Stug IV. Yeah, the gun is okay. The tank is okay. It's less maneuverable than the Stug is, but and the armor isn't quite as good in a couple of places, but it does have some spaced armor on the sides. And the gun is okay. It's a medium tank gun, tier 5 medium tank gun on a tier 5 TD. However, it does get special matchmaking, unlike the in-game Stug, and it doesn't run out of ammo. So yeah, first ever game in the Stug IV, and this is what you guys are probably trying to earn at the moment. It's okay. I'd like to spend some more time in the tank, to be honest, but because of the missions, I'm not really getting that opportunity to. First ever game, Ace Tanker, Confederate, High Caliber, and Patrol Duty, and even though I did die at the end, it was live on stream, and I actually said to the viewers that, you know what, I'm bored, let's just test the armor, and I charged down the hill and died. At which point I realized, yeah, the armor isn't quite as good as I was hoping. But yeah, I mean, Confederate, High Caliber, Patrol Duty, I'm not complaining. It was a decent game. 1167 XP, almost 1800 damage and 2 kills. So I think maybe a lot of this is down to the fact not many people were driving Stug 4s at the time I played this game. And it's the one and only game I've ever played in the tank. I will play it more, just need to get the opportunity to. The gun is quite good. It's quite accurate. 35 shots, 26 hits, and 17 penetration. So penetration may not be as good as the Stug 3, but it's still an okay gun. And it's an okay gun when you consider it gets special matchmaking, and the Stug 3 doesn't. So nice amount of damage. I received 3 hits in all 3 pens, so yeah, it's typical Stug armor. In fact, it's a little bit worse than the Stug's armor, but I really need to check it out in Tank Viewer to confirm that. I'm just going on what I've heard. I spotted 4, damaged 8, destroyed 2, did 1292 assistance damage, so a nice amount of assistance damage as well. And even though it's not a money earner, it's a reward tank, so it doesn't have the credit bonus that a lot of other premium tanks do. it was still a nice credit game. 43,000, almost 44,000 credits with a premium account. 1750 XP on my first ever game, times 2, left me on 4,200. So yeah, I'm hoping to get into the Stug 4, and kind of wondering whether or not I should review reward tanks. They're technically not premium tanks, but don't know whether or not I should review them and whether or not I should do a review for the Stug 4. But anyway, this is part of the 1.5k subscriber giveaway special, so in order to get in with a chance of winning a premium tank of your choice, as long as it's available in the gift shop, what I would like you to do is I would like you to tell me what the next tank I should review is and why. I would like you to give me your in-game World of Tanks name and the server you play on. And then I'm just going to do a completely random draw as per usual. So best of luck, guys. I'm looking forward to a lot of interesting comments, and I'll see you next time.